Hey y'all. Okay, so this is this is the original first message that God had for me to give on this week. And I was like, God, but we talked about that. Like we gave them this already. And he's like, nah. You didn't give them to it. You didn't give it to them like this. And I said, okay, God, dang. So he took me to Bones. Bones, Bones. And I'm like, for those of y'all who have been following along with the whole Let Me Give You Bible, first of all, let me just pause and say thank you so very much. God told me to do it, and in my act of obedience, here I am. I've been doing it, and I've been doing it now for the this is the beginning of I think the third week. But anyway, so I have done the Let Me Give You Bible, the Ezekiel dry bones. And so again, God brought me back to that. And I'm like, okay. So, first of all, y'all, he didn't just bring it directly to me, per se. He was literally telling me about bones, just bones, period. And then he proceeded to tell me about, the dry bones and etc. So now I want you to take a little drive with me real quick. So when you want to find out about things, animals or humans or whatever the case may be, or that were here on this earth hundreds of maybe even thousands of years ago, usually what will happen is, of course, they'll find fossils, they'll find, bones. They'll find these bones, and then with the bones, they're able to get the identity of the species, get the all kinds of genetics, the whole works, okay, just by using bones, no matter how old that they are. And it's so crazy because when you die, even hundreds of thousands of years later, bones wise, they'll still exist. They'll exist so much so to if somebody finds your bones, no matter if you have a name on your location of where your bones are, they can still be able to identify you. And so God said, and not only that, but listen, even in cremation, right? Because God told me, he revealed this, to me, and he was like, listen, even in cremation, when they burn the body, right, it still has to go through another process after they've burnt the body and the flesh and turned it into ash, right? What typically happens next is they have to literally grind up your bones because they're not burnt. They're not completely tarnished due to the fire. And that fire during cremation, it is extremely high. Okay. So God said, now, but that's not all that goes on with bones, right? If you look into my words, if you go all the way back to Genesis, right, where you have Adam and you have Eve, right? And Adam, literally before Eve is created, God places Adam in a deep sleep, right? Not just a sleep. And I need you to understand that deep makes all of the difference, because that was God's way of saying there is no way that Adam would know what I'm doing, because he's not only asleep, he's in a deep sleep. And then he goes and he takes that rib, aka a bone, up out of him, and then he literally forms Eve, which, by the way, he didn't really need Adam's rib, because he created Adam without anything that was without a bone connected to another human, right? So then this is why it says bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh, and that is literally what Adam was saying. Adam had no other way of being able to tell that Eve belonged to him other than the fact that he could identify his DNA that was in her. Let that be a lesson to people out here that are trying to mate with somebody who does not look at you in that way. Whether it, listen, you gonna get it wrong every time you get out here, and this man ain't saying to you, that's bone of my bone, flesh of my, that's me all day. Your future husband gotta be able to say that's me. That when you see her, that's me. Instantly, he should know that him. You belong to him. Okay, so that ain't even my message. I'm sorry. Let me get back on it. And then listen. When y'all become one, and then y'all be fruitful and y'all multiply, in the multiplication, it requires you to transfer DNA, aka, and create something that will produce bones, and boom. So now let me give it to you. Help me, Holy Spirit. Let me give it to you the way God gave it to me. He said, I literally intended for my humans to last forever. And I did so by how I created them. Their bones were supposed to have been living forever, and it was supposed to have been matching every other piece of ingredient that was attached to it. He said, and not only that, but everything that I gave them the ability to be able to do would be automatically attached to them as well. Your mate would be attached to you DNA wise. Look at this thing spiritually. Your children was supposed to be every single aspect of how I designed the human lifestyle. Is all connected. It's all connected. It's all connected. And the problem that we're having nowadays is people are out here trying to connect themselves with things that they not supposed to be connected with. People are out here trying to be compatible with things that God never intended for them to be compatible with. That is Bible all day. I need you to understand when God said, for I know the plans that I have for you in Jeremiah, that is what he was talking about. When God messed around and said, don't you dare be unequally yoked. That is what God is talking about. And the moment you try to go outside of what God, your creator, said, as the creation, you got no business trying to tell the creator how you supposed to work when you are the creation, not the creator. And every time you try, creation, to tell the creator what you supposed to do and what you supposed to have in your life, you gonna get it wrong every single time. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but like I said, I love my brothers and my sisters too much to be knowing what he done told me, and then to keep these jewels and to keep these gems all up inside of me. No, I'm trying to help set my brothers and my sisters free. And the only way to do that is to come here and give you Bible. As always, y'all, I love you guys so much. And bye-bye.